Hey guys, this is Zach with CBI and Prinsu. Today we're going to be doing a Prinsu Roof Rack install on a two-seater Honda Talon. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do with this roof rack is lay it out, make sure we have everything we need, hardware, side rails, crossbars, and wind deflector. And then we're going to assemble it here on the ground. And then since there are smaller racks for these UTVs, it's easier to just assemble it on the ground and then lift it up on top of the vehicle. So to complete this install, we're going to need a 13mm socket, a Torx 40-bit, a Torx 30-bit, and a Phillips screwdriver. So once you have everything laid out and you know you got all your hardware and parts, you're going to want to take this silver crossbar here. That one goes with the wind deflector. So you want to take these little T-nuts here and slide them in and make sure they line up with the holes on the wind deflector. And make sure that the flush part of the T-nut is what's facing upward. Okay, so now that we have the wind deflector attached to the silver crossbar, we're going to go ahead and attach the other crossbars to the side rails. And a quick note before we do that is just to make sure that the slots here are in the same orientation on all the crossbars. So when we attach them, we're going to grab our screws here and just put a little bit of thread locker on them. You just don't need a lot, you just need to put a little dab on the end of it. And then flip our side rail here upright. Take the crossbar and just put it through the smaller slot and thread it right in. All right, on this roof rack, we are going to be installing a light bar. So we have these brackets that we sell to be able to mount the light bar to the top of your wind deflector. And what you do is you take these carriage bolts and just slide them in through the top of the crossbar. And make sure that these bolts are on the outside. Now that our rack is assembled, the rest is pretty simple. We're going to grab our T40 Torx bit and take out the existing hardware. And then we're going to put in our spacers, which for the front is going to be a 1/4-inch spacer, and for the back is going to be 3/8 spacer. And you simply place those on top so that when you bring the rack on top, you already have these in place, and you can put in the new hardware that we give you to install the rack. All right, and one last tip before you get your rack on is to take off this first crossbar here so that you can access these mounting points a little bit easier, and that way you don't have to fish underneath the crossbar to get access to these bolts. That about does it. That's how you install roof rack on a 2020 two-seater Honda Talon. Enjoy your rack, and we'll see you out on the trails.